Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, and once again, welcome back to Sunshine State, Queensland. We're at exactly the same point a week ago. This is Cleveland Point, and I've done two videos in here already. Actually, we've been here quite a few times. This is the third time, I think, we're recording some videos in this location. Anyway, just want to talk about what I'm going to do in the next few months. So if you guys have watched some of my previous videos, you would know that I've reached 91.5 kilos. I would say probably about a month ago, by the end of August. As we're recording this video, today's date is 4th of October 2025. So I just want you guys to know that in the next few months, instead of still continue on bulking, I'm going on a cut. So currently my weight is at 90 kilos. Actually, I just weighed myself. This morning I weighed under 90 kilos. My target weight after this cut is probably going to be somewhere between 82 kilos to 85 kilos. Let's not set the ambition, no, let's not set the target to be too ambitious. So probably we're shooting for 85 kilos. Hopefully, if I can reach 82 kilos, then theoretically I will be at 10% body fat, and that will give me a fat free mass index of 25.54, which is still over the so-called natural genetic limit. If I can achieve that in 2 months, I will be happy. But for now, let's just say probably I'm shooting for 85 kilos in a few months' time. So we're talking about from 90 kilos to 85 kilos. That's a 5 kilo of fat mass loss. So theoretically, or in reality, I think I should be able to lose about 0.5 kilos or a pound per week. And if you guys have watched my previous fat loss series, in my fat loss calculation episode, I particularly mentioned that the sort of realistic speed for you to go on your fat loss journey generally is going to be 0.5 kilos or 1 pound per week, or you can push it to maximum, which is 1 kilo or 2 pounds per week. But just for me, let's do it conservatively. I'm shooting for about 0.5 kilos per week. So 5 kilos of fat loss, that translates into about probably 10 weeks fat loss phase. So it is October now. So for me to see my future self at 85 kilos, let's say somewhere in December. Actually, let's probably pencil in at Christmas time. Somewhere at, I would say, probably 20th of December in 2025. So the second point I want to talk about is how am I going to create this caloric deficit? I'm going to do it obviously through doing the cardio, and it's going to be a combination of doing cardio and also probably some dietary changes. So we start from the cardio part. Currently, I'm planning probably to do 4 times of fasted cardio, 1 hour in the morning. I still maintain quite high cardiovascular fitness. As I've talked to you guys many times in my previous videos, I think it's very important to keep your cardiovascular fitness at very high level. Currently for me, I can do about 960 to 1,000 calories per hour for my cardio on the elliptical. So for me, I'll probably want to do about 4 times of fasted cardio in the morning. So 1,000 calories per hour. That's going to create about 4,000 calories caloric deficit in 1 week, which is more than the equivalent of 1 pound of fat. But anyway, I've also made another video talking about the true benefits of fasted cardio. Although fasted cardio does not help you improve your fat loss result, it does help you in another way. So if you're interested in the true benefit of fasted cardio, here's a link. You can click on that. And also back to the benefits of the high cardiovascular fitness. So obviously you have heard of this, you cannot outrun a bad diet. Yes, that's true. That's absolutely true. But what I want to say here is that if you have a clean diet like me, I think my diet is actually quite clean. You can definitely outrun a clean diet with a very high cardiovascular fitness. So take myself for example, because I can burn 1,000 calories in 1 hour. So I can definitely outrun my clean diet. If I want to do 2 hours of dedicated cardio training, I can burn 2,000 calories, and that's a big chunk. That's a big chunk from my daily diet. I do think that I can outrun my, my clean diet. But there are other benefits that you may not know in terms of how cardiovascular fitness is related to your muscle growth. I've made 2 videos before. One video is called The Silent Governor of Your Own Genetic Limit. The other one is called The Golden Key to Enhanced Recovery. In these 2 videos, I've talked about how high cardiovascular fitness can help you grow more muscle and probably also improve your recovery as well. So that's the part from the cardio. Now we move on to how am I going to do with my dietary changes. So how am I going to create another caloric deficit from my diet? Actually, this is something quite interesting. If you've ever watched another video I've made before, I particularly talk about like top 3 foods you must include in your diet. I think one is beans, the other one is cheese, and number 3 is lactose-free milk. So funny enough, the thing that I intend to cut off from my current diet is actually reduce my excessive milk drinking. So during my bulking phase in the last few months, on average, I would say that I will consume about 2 liters of milk daily. And even if it's going to be low-fat, lactose-free milk, that's still going to be, let's see, probably 1,000 calories. 1,000 calories out of 2 liters of lactose-free, low-fat milk. So that's actually quite a lot of calories. So now for me, I'm going to cut from 2 liters to probably just 500 ml. So that's going to reduce calories from 1,000 to 250 calories. So that's going to be 750 caloric deficit just by drinking less milk. And also, this is actually another photo, like for one of the typical dinner I would eat during my bulking phase. You're going to know that there's there's actually a plate of frozen chips and onion rings. Actually, I stole this secret from 8 times Mr. Olympia Ronnie Coleman. He was renowned for eating supposed to be French fries, but what he was doing was just cut off some potatoes and throw them into the oven and and get them out. And people mistake it as Ronnie Coleman was eating French fries, but actually he was just eating some normal potatoes. But anyway, so all these frozen chips and onion rings, there's a lot of calories in them as well. I would say on average, I was eating about 330 grams of frozen chips plus another 150 grams of onion rings. In total, that's another 750 calories. Now, because I'm cutting, definitely not going to eat all the frozen chips and onion rings. Well, I may still do it from time to time, but not as I was doing every night. So altogether, that's going to be another 1,500 calories. So you combine this 1,500 calories also with the, let's have a look, 1,500 calories per day, plus another, let's say, because I only do 4 times of fasted cardio, and every hour is only going to be 1,000. So let's say for my cardio part, it's going to be another 600 calories, caloric deficit daily. So combine them together, it's probably going to be quite a lot. I would say more than, yeah, it's definitely quite a lot. So in reality, I should be able to lose a bit more than just 1 pound per week. But let's just do it in a conservative. Let's just do the calculation in a very conservative way. And but there's another point. I want to mention in particular. That's the intra-workout nutrition. So I mentioned this intra-workout nutrition in another video I've made before, 10 lessons I've learned from FFMI 25 to FFMI 26, where I particularly mentioned that intra-workout nutrition is crucial for you guys, particularly at advanced stage. And so I use intra-workout nutrition every time when I go to the gym to train. And yeah, so in terms of my training schedule, it's not going to change so much. So it's still going to be 3 times full body training in the gym, and every session is going to be about 120 minutes. But back to the intra-workout nutrition. I mentioned that if you're skilled enough, seasoned enough like me, you really can cram. You can cram in equivalent of like one proper meal of calories and protein into your intra-workout nutrition. So for my case, every time I train in the gym with my intra-workout, it contains roughly about more than 1,400 calories. I can tell you that for sure, and that's a lot of calories. And times 3, that's 4,200 calories in a week, which is more than a pound of fat. But I'm not going to cut anything from my intra-workout nutrition, because during my workout, the intra-workout nutrition is not going to serve as something to build up your fat mass. It's actually serve as something to build up your muscle mass more preferentially, much more preferentially if you know the mechanism behind it. So I'm not going to cut anything. This 4,200 calories from my intra-workout nutrition. It's only going to be cutting from my normal eating, and I'm pretty sure that just from my normal eating, the cutting of daily 1,500 calories plus 4 times fasted cardio, 4 times fasted cardio in the morning, I should have the capability to lose this bloody 5 kilos of fat mass in the next 10 weeks. So yes, today I just want to make a video to say that, yeah, this is the official start of my cutting phase, and I will see you guys in 10 weeks time exactly at the same spot. Hopefully you're going to see a much cleaner and much leaner version of me. Trust me, I've been lean before, very lean before, but in order to get really big, you have to bulk up first and then cut down. That's the only way to get it down. No more bullshit like this kind of body recomposition, or what's the other one, main gaining. So stop being a Athlean X fanboy or Greg Doucette fanboy. I was following Athlean X for a long time, but yeah, sometimes you just have to outgrow yourself. So that's all I have to say, guys. The documentation of my cutting phase is going to, yeah, I'm going to release other videos of how I'm going to cut for the next few weeks. So please stay tuned. All right, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, if you want to watch my other videos, there's a, let me give a link for you. This is actually the opposite side of the topic I'm talking about. This is a link of bulking series. So for you guys that really want to get as big as me, well, yeah, you have to bulk. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Peace out.